Hello, I'm Rebecca. Today I am showing you how I made some simple shift dresses. I teach a musical theater class, a couple of them, and my younger girls are performing some scenes from Annie, and we thought it would be fun to have costumes. Now, we're just doing scenes, so they don't need to be like theater quality costumes, just something for them to wear to give the look of kids in an orphanage. So much fun. But anyway, I found this pattern online from the blog It's Always Autumn, and part of why I chose it is that it was in multiple sizes, and I needed girls sizes 6 through 14. And also it's simple, it's only 2 pieces, and there's no, the neck is just rounded. I actually changed the neckline a little bit from the pattern because the pattern is meant for knit stretchy materials. It's all supposed to have elastic in the front to kind of give some cute gathers, but I really just wanted a simple shift that would be appropriate for them to wear for the scenes and also while they're dancing. And I was just using fabric from my stash, and also I wasn't going for complete historical accuracy, but it is supposed to be set in the 30s. So I used all just cotton materials, and I think some are 100% cotton, some are, a cotton poly blend. But so that's what I'm doing. And this, I'm just showing you, I cut out one dress. I went ahead and doubled the fabric over, so I'm cutting both front and back pieces at the same time. They're both the same piece cut on the fold. And so really simple pattern to use. And that's what I was looking for, because I have to make 11 and I didn't want to have to spend hours and hours. And so just cutting this out here. So there you have it, 11 dresses all cut out, different sizes. Luckily, the girls, several of the girls are the same size, so I could just cut out one size, 4 dresses in one size, and I think I had 3 dresses in another, and 3 in another, and then 1 in a size 6 for the youngest one in the class. And so I'm just pinning the seams together, the shoulder seams and the side seams. And like I said, it's a super simple pattern, and my dogs are being insane playing. It looks like they're fighting. They're actually just playing. Hercules is taking it all in his stride, just sitting on top of my fabric like the king he is. So I just sewed up all of those seams, the shoulder seams and the side seams. And after I got it sewed up, I did change the neck because, it was meant for a stretchy material, and the neck hole wasn't big enough, I don't think, for their heads to go through. So I just made it the same in the front and the back, so it's big enough for them to just slip on over their heads, and then I don't have to put any closures or anything in there. I think they're gonna work out really nicely. And all in all, I mean, I think, from cutting it out to sewing the dress, it took me about 45 minutes, something like that. I had to stop a couple times to, take fabric out of the dog's mouths and things like that. But for the most part, I just sewed straight through, and I think about 45 minutes, about 30 minutes sewing and, cutting and finishing. And I did the first two that I made. I decided to I finished all the inside. I just zigzagged all of the raw edges, and then the first two I did a hem, of course, and around the neckline, and then just a narrow hem around the neckline and around the arm openings. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just doing a narrow, pinning down a narrow hem for the arm openings, and then once I get that pinned together, then I'll sew that down. And I'll repeat that on both sides, of course. Sewing the arm opening down. It's got a little tiny, it's not a sleeve at all. It just comes out just a little bit over the shoulder. Then I'm turning the neck opening over, pinning that down, again doing just a narrow hem, then I'll sew that down. And so after I did the first two, and I finished them this way, I decided for the rest of them to just zigzag all of the raw edges and leave them at that, because I thought it gave it, kind of a more raggedy look, and these scenes do take place in an orphanage after all. And so also it allows me to be lazy since I had 11 to make. So I think they look good in the end. And also, once they try, I didn't want to finish all of them, because once they try them on, if I need to adjust a hem or something like that, I'd rather just have it zigzagged, and then if it works, it works. If not, I can cut it off and zigzag it again, just to make my life a little bit easier. So then I, like I said, for this one and for one of the other ones, I just did a hem. I just kind of eyeballed it, folded it up, and then folded it over again, and just ran it through the machine. Super quick, super easy, no fancy finishes. Like I said, these are going to be worn once, danced in, and that's about it. Maybe used again if I need them for something else at some point, but I was just, using up some stash fabric and trying to make the scene nice for when they perform it. Just running it through the machine, hemming it. Loki needs attention. Apparently he keeps licking my elbow. And Lucia's on his book perch, looking out the window. Sewing with pets is interesting. I let them in the sewing room because the dogs they're still kind of puppies. They're a little over a year. And Thor he has some separation anxiety, so if I close the door, he'll just stand outside the door and howl, and scratch at the door, and then, that's the way it is. So here's the finished dress. It's just, like I said, simple shift, and it's very cute. Thank you so much for watching.